Good morning, everybody. It is October 25th, a Monday. Welcome to my channel. I am KibbyRose. I'm a writer by day, psychic by night, and I'm here to help you mix up a little bit of psychic and writing fun to start your day off. I have a special guest today, too, so let's get this going.
Hey!
Hello, everybody!
Hello, I'm Jack. Hey, I'm Jack. I'm also known as Avrilta. That's how you pronounce it.
Do you want to introduce yourself? Do you have an intro?
Oh God, no! I haven't figured out my intro yet. No, so I am Jack Byron. I am Jack Byron Writes on YouTube. I like doing these sprint things where I am currently working on trying to finish my thesis corrections so that I can get on with my life. But hopefully later on there will be more fun fiction and LARP writing as well. But hi everybody!
And he is new to the whole Authortube community. He had me as a guest on his first stream, which was quite an honor. I really appreciated it. And I've watched your last stream. I was giggling already within 2 minutes. You are very good at what you do. You're a natural, so you don't worry about what you're doing. And you're going to find it's a lot more fun when, I had to learn to relax a little bit, and I still get nervous. So the way I work this today, guys, is I usually do a little 10-minute sprint first, and then 4 25-minute sprints afterwards, and then talking points in between, depending on who pops into the comments. I love to hear about what all of you guys are doing, including Preptober, nano writing. We've got huge nano writing stuff coming up. There's so many sprints going on with nano writers. There's so many authors that are doing full 8-hour sprints. I'm so impressed. Well, before we get into our first 10 minutes, we got a bunch of people that have already popped in. Miss Sako Toomey was first. Good morning, lady. How are you?
Hi, Sako.
We've got Mint Ghost, who popped in.
Hello, Mint Ghost.
And we got Miss Callanamathis.
I think that's either Callan the Mavis or Calanthe Mavis.
We're gonna have
that's my guess.
We'll have some fun debating. I love it because your accent and then my accent pronouncing things different ways. That's one thing I
will move towards you as the stream goes on. That tends to be how this works. Curse of a musical ear.
Good morning, Bonnie. Good morning,
hello, Bonnie.
Bonnie. And we've even got Devin. Hey, Mr. Devin. How are we doing?
The list guy.
What happened? There we go. Let's click on the right link. For anybody, I'm sure everybody here already knows, but Devin Cutting's list is the list that saves my life on a regular basis. Not only to set up my day, but once before has reminded me of my own stream that I had forgotten about. That I looked at his list and went, oh, I have a stream tomorrow. That's what I can use to write. So definitely check out his playlists. He's got so much stuff going on for nano writing. Oh my gosh. The list for the sprint list is incredible, honestly. What's everyone working on today? Have some Russian exercises to do. How long is the stream going to be? It's going to be approximately 2.5 hours, depending. Jack and I can tend to chat a little bit, so we'll see what happens.
I'll try to be good.
Today's my day off, so the longer I can procrastinate on doing laundry, the better. You
could do laundry on a sprint.
Yeah, let's not. No. No. And she's saying good morning to howdy to Devin. 4 25-minute sprints. Oh gosh, 4 45-minute sprints.
Yeah, it's a bit long. I've tried doing 45 minutes with a friend, just like we were doing it via Skype, and 45 minutes is too long. You get distracted, end up scrolling something.
My head would not, I do so much in 25 minutes, but 25 minutes just goes so fast. Yeah. I don't know. That's something that could easily be debated, actually. Good. Devin's doing okay. I imagine that you are exhausted with this write-a-thon. I mean,
Is
you
that the 8-hour thing?
not only compiling the lists, but also doing the marathon himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Energy. Well, here's the good news. Scorpio moon, and we're in a Gemini moon, I believe, still. So
What does that do?
Scorpio moons are a lot of energy. They're very creative. I'm a Scorpio. They're very I'm actually I'm the perfect example of a true Scorpio. Creative, depth, lots of stories, lots of secrets, mysterious, love to discover things. It's a very energetic type of moon, and combined with the Gemini or sun, sorry, Scorpio sun, combined with the Gemini moon that we're in, that is creating a equal bounce back and forth between the conscious and the subconscious. So you have a very creative process going on that allows you to be very
and you're gonna bounce at me all stream, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
very
yeah.
forthcoming with who you are. It's hard to hide who you are right now, basically.
Okay. That sounds interesting.
Okay. I'm glad that makes sense. 4:45. I don't know. That might be something we still want to debate though. 4:45 minute. Well,
We could
first
try it as an experiment someday.
maybe someday. Not today though.
Yeah. Well, that's when you want to prep for. You want to have snacks.
Oh yeah. And maybe have the to-do list. Well, speaking of getting the to-do list done,
Yes.
to get that kind of sprint done. That's
First
why
sprint.
I do our little 10-minute sprint first. So we can get that little list done, prep for all these sprints that are coming up. All right. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Is everybody else ready?
Chat ready?
Let's do this. And in
Aye.
3, 2, 1.
Sprint.
Oh yeah, press sprint, huh? Thumbs up.
Ew.
Thumbs up.
Bing
Y'all.
bong.
Y'all, that's 10 minutes. That's the first 10 minutes. And man, with how efficient I was that 10 minutes, I'm so ready for today. I really am. I am like, yes, okay, let's get
That
this
whole
going.
Scorpio Gemini thing.
Well, it's kind of funny because I'm a Scorpio. My ascending node is actually Gemini. So like this, I'm on it today. My energy is very, I got to double check that, by the way. Next sprint. I want to make sure I'm right about that before I get that wrong. But
Ooh,
how did you do?
I did something very aesthetic. Let's see. My windows is very bright, so I don't know if you can see it, but I did
Did
some like bullet journaling.
Oh, I love. Is that tape something
Yep.
you added?
Yeah, it is. It's washi tape.
I love that.
I got it off like AliExpress for like 50 cents.
I have hundreds of that kind of tape for my art projects. I never thought to use it in my journals. So
Yeah,
instead of buying tabs, that makes a lot more sense. So you just saved me money. Thank you. I love little ideas that help save money. That is all. That's like kind of what I'm about. I got everything set up to be able to do the little movie clip and some new branding for my birthday stream that's coming up. And there's so much that I was able to set up, and I have my whole organized list of stuff to do. So yeah, I'm ready. I am ready. How did everybody
got some comments in the chat?
Yes, we do. So Cal the Maphis, you're gonna please give us
tell us how to pronounce it.
Please,
tell us how to pronounce it.
And an aesthetic pronunciation of how to pronounce your name.
I'm betting on Calanthe Mavis.
And I'm thinking Cal Maphis.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. But yeah, that's gonna be a debate. She loves my bedroom. Thank you. Right now I'm doing my best. I don't have the bedspread I want, but give you another little aesthetic. I even have.
Oh, it's very pretty.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Cali. I came with kind of a designer's eye. So when it came to picking out my bedroom and having to replace everything, I was like, yeah, even my desk. I love it. I'm going to shout out. This is non-promoted, but Ashley's Furniture. It's the Raylene collection. The desk, the everything. So which is kind of funny. Still trying to get organized. Maybe the next 25 minutes will help. 10 minutes wasn't enough. Devin is a Leo. I could see that. My grandmother was a Leo, and she was a teacher, and she was one of the most organized people I ever met. So the fact that he is so organized and fire pumped and able to do that, wow, that fits his character a lot. And he's funny too.
Yeah.
He can be cry to crack up sometimes. It's pronounced
Calanthe Mavis. Calanthe Mavis. So I was on the right track, I think, but Calanthe Mavis. But coming from somewhere different. I think is that right? You got to tell us if we're getting it right.
You from Dublin, me from Cali and Tennessee. I've got like a Cali Southern whatever. This is okay. So Calante
Mavis.
I butcher names. I still butcher my clients' names sometimes. So please just forgive me. Just know it's nothing ever personal if I ever butcher your name in the chat. You know, it's just, yeah, it's who I am.
I just love these new names and new words. Languages are cool.
I grew up in, English was kind of hard for me because I grew up in an area where Spanish was just as common, just as regular. So I ended up with an interesting translation. And then my grandmother spoke Italian. So, but for some reason, I've never been able to pick up a complete other language. Like I can understand enough of other languages to be able to
to communicate.
Yeah, but for the most part,
Bonnie's popped in with a message.
Preparing progress chart for Nano.
Ooh.
Well, at least you're getting started early. You got 5
Yeah,
days.
well, that's what Preptober's all about.
Yeah.
Getting your progress chart, getting it ready, setting yourself up on the site, getting outlines ready.
And that's why those nano sprints are going crazy, because everybody, yep.
Yeah. I speak in theory 4 languages. So in Ireland, we have, obviously, English is kind of the main spoken language. There are some areas where Irish is the main spoken language, Gaeilge. But everybody learns Gaeilge at school as well. Unfortunately, it's not always as taught as well as it could be. So I wouldn't say necessarily that I'm fluent, but I could hold a conversation. And then I did French and German in school as well.
See, and you're in an area where there's probably enough of people that speak the language or have been exposed to it that...
Well, it's certainly easier for me to go to France or Germany than it would be for you.
Yeah. Well, we're still discussing that, right? I'm still
you should.
I'm still popping by someday.
You should. Oh, we've got a lot more activity in the chat coming in.
Oh yeah. Oh, hi, Kate. Hello, Caitlin. I am joining now. I'm going to use use these as reading sprints. Hey, productivity, or that's why I did prolific or writing, because honestly, anything that helps get your day going, because it's Monday morning at 11 a.m. for me anyway. Some people it's 8 a.m. That's why I was like, hey, I got to do something to get me going on Mondays.
It is 5:25 in the evening.
Oh, well, you and the...
it's good. It's good. I'm a night owl by kind of sort of by nature. And I do better kind of later on. So that's why my sprints don't start at early. My sprints start at 12.
Hi, Laura.
Hello, Laura.
Hi, Laura. Everybody's saying hi.
Hi, Devin.
I do my sprints. See, Monday mornings, I knew I worked a 9-to-5 job for 25 plus years. Monday mornings were the hardest for me. I dragged my feet. I wished I had like people with me to kind of like, yeah, we're doing this. Let's get going. It's okay. Let's go. We all got to go to work. Let's go to work. So I thought, well, why don't I just apply the same idea to this? If I'm dragging my feet already Monday, Tuesday doesn't bother me because Monday I already got going. So that's why I did them. I did French at school, and I'm going to Russian.
Oh yeah, that your pronunciation now makes sense because it's French pronunciation. Maybe would be a more French way of saying it than Mavis in English pronunciation. That name tends to be.
And that's why I love
Galante.
Stream.
Galante Mavis.
Because pronouncing the two different ways and the two different... See, and I love comparing. I'm all about discovery. I'm all about finding out the new, and everything else. So hearing you pronounce it and me pronounce it, and just it fascinates me. But I am jealous. You two are making me want to like look into learning a new language now.
Yeah. Hop on Duolingo. It's
you
free.
two are around the same time. I got.
They're just an hour east of us, so yeah.
So you got your peeps and I got my peeps. Yes, actually, Jack does a channel.
Yes, Jack Byron writes.
I'm going to do this real quick. If Jack can cover the channel, I'm going to go in and I'm going to get the link to his channel for you.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm going to post it in the chat so that everybody can check his channel out when they want to.
Yeah, no worries. Can I click on things and make them come up?
I'd have to make you a mod, and that's something I have yet to learn.
Oh, that's hassle.
So that's one thing I did learn, is that you have to be a moderator in order to post into somebody else's, but I haven't quite figured out. I didn't think I needed a moderator yet. So
that's cool.
So Callan the Mathis is not my real name, but if you shuffle the letters around, you'll get it.
It's an anagram of her real name. That's very cool.
That is cool. I like that. Jack streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Yes, he
Yep.
does.
Noon, you teach C+1.
And it's awesome.
Always in Devon's lists because they're amazing source of all knowledge.
Yeah, and also Calith and Mathis, if you have not checked out Devin Cutting's playlists,
subscribe to
his
Devon.
channel, check out his
then
playlist.
You get all the streamers. It's great.
Everybody. It is a gold mine of writing, sprint, stream, Authortube, wonderful, 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 amazing group of people. I have made so many friends and I used to watch all of the commentary streams and stuff like that as background. Now it's Laura Nettles when she comes on. It's and Devin's usually in all of them too. It's in Jax, it's in Savvy's, it's in BC's, it's in Sacco's, it's in all of them.
Holiday food horror cards. I am fascinated by this.
One is about a marshmallow dissolving. Oh, I've seen these. The other is a broken.
Not the gumdrop buttons.
I have seen these. It is so funny. Like the faces on him. They make the faces on the marshmallow like he's melting. Oh, they are really cool.
It's gonna put me off eating.
Oh no, it's actually like the way it's drawn. It's really cool the way it's drawn.
Yeah,
they did
it but the poor sad marshmallow.
Well, that's what's happening to him anyway.
Mavi.
Right? Like
Mavi, yeah.
The Frenchies would pronounce Mavis as Mavi.
Mavi, like Paris in French is Paris.
Mavi.
Paris.
So
where they tend not to pronounce an S after an I if it's the end of the word like that.
Okay, I'm going back up here.
Yeah.
Kalantama.
Colante
Mavi.
Yeah.
See, that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Colante Mavi. That's beautiful. That is okay. See, that's way better than the American version.
Yeah, and Devon is omnipresent.
And I am everywhere. Cackles. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And the best part is he comes in with some really good, like, it depending on the day, he's like very, critique, and then some days he cracks jokes that it gets me.
This is good.
All right. We ready for another 25 minutes?
Yes. Sprinting.
We've been chatting for a little while. So 25 minutes on the clock. See, this is what's going to happen with me and you. I already knew it. All right.
Too much talking.
3, 2, 1. Sprint. y'all. Oh, no. You need to stay. You stop. Stop timer. Bad boy.
I'm back.
Wow.
Yeah, that went by real fast.
Oh my gosh, you're telling me.
Yeah, I was listening to music on another thing, so I had to be like, turn it off, unmute.
I am like, can I crop this photo and transfer it in the last 30 seconds that I have before I have to unmute my mic? Because I'm going from Keynote to iMovie to Photos to Qua. So it's turning into an interesting endeavor. I'm insane. That 25 minutes. Did you freeze?
Yeah.
Oh no, you froze.
Yes.
Robot. We got robot mode. Well, while we wait for Jack to come back, I'm gonna check in on the comments here. Oh gosh, and Jack's not here to help me with your name, Mavi. I remember Mavi, so that's kind of what I'm gonna work with there. Are you back?
Hi, I'm back. Hello, Kalante.
There you go. We went into robot mode with you.
Yeah,
I was just panicking because I was like, she commented, and I need him here to pronounce her name. You have the first half. I have the last half. So I was like,
yeah.
So I was like, I'm just gonna call you Mavi for now.
Yeah.
Did some exercises at least in an hour. I am gonna go get for a short night walk around the hood. Nice.
Yeah, that's nice. That's good.
See, it cools down? Is it cold over there in Europe right now? Does it cool down a lot?
Well, Ireland and France have quite different, and even within France, there's quite a lot of variation. It's quite a long country.
Microclimates.
Yeah. I mean, France is quite long. So the north of France is quite similar to so the UK and Ireland. Whereas if you look at like Nice, that would be on the south coast, it's more like Italy because it's right next door.
And the equator is the
equator,
the warmer it gets. So
yeah,
it's like North Cal and South and SoCal. SoCal is you never see a winter, but in NorCal you'll have snow in Reading.
Yeah.
So Caitlin read 17 pages. I'm impressed.
Ooh, well done.
In 25 minutes. How big's the text? How long are the pages? Is this a poetry book or are we reading War and Peace?
Hey.
That's impressive. I can't do 17 pages in 25 minutes. I'm floored. Oh, Devin. Robot mode. Then Frozen. Jack Frost. Jack Frost is nipping.
It's nice. I like it. I am not nipping anybody's nose.
It's the American song.
I know. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow find it hard to sleep tonight.
Right. Oh, we're gonna get so yelled at for singing Christmas carols right now, and Halloween's right around.
Yeah. I mean, I wore a seasonally appropriate badge.
Yes, I love your badges. By the way, if nobody has checked them out, Jack has a website for.
I have an Etsy. Yeah, it's linchpin badges on Etsy.
I don't have Etsy. I don't do Etsy. Etsy screwed me over as a artist, so I don't support them. But this was before they got all the rules and everything in place. I was one of the first Etsys.
Legit.
So yeah, but see, most people once I explain it the way, they're like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." I'm like, "Yeah." I was one of the originals that were like, I'm out. You guys are screwing me over. So
yeah, weirdly, I had one back in the day. I had one back in like 2008. Never really took off, and then came back and restarted it because I got bored during the lockdown, and I was like, I'll make a bunch of badges now. Yeah.
See, I got they still owe me money. It's a long story.
Oh, lame.
Caitlin I'm in SoCal and I can vouch for that. Yeah, in SoCal, I was born and raised 35 years, Southern California. San Diego, Balboa Park, then I bounced into LA, Long Beach, Venice Beach, then that whole area right there was my stomping grounds. I was even homeless in Balboa Park for a year. So I've run the gamut of California. And then Redding, California, because I was a stoner.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a stoner in Cali, you know about Redding, California, and Humboldt County. And both of those are in North Cal. So I'm reading the
Anthropocene.
Anthropocene Review by John.
Anthropocene. It's like it's looking at an epoch like I don't know the names of the other ones, but it's like an age of the world defined by the species that are kind of controlling. Like if you look at
that time.
like if you look at the there's ones for the various kinds of the dinosaurs and the things that came after them. And yeah, so this is kind of the idea that we have so changed the environment that it has created this kind of age that is quite possibly going to cause some sort of species collapse.
Well, every species ultimately collapses. That's inevitably, there's always a beginning and there's always an end. So
yeah,
I sent a DM to, oh, you did? Did you really? Well, I'm going to have to check that. My email arrived and I sorted it, or your mail arrived. It took you 25 minutes to sort your mail. Please tell
Devon's in high demand.
Maybe he is.
Popular guy.
Maybe he's talking about mail and email. But if he got, also Christmas. Maybe he's got all of his Christmas presents.
Yeah, it could be.
I got questions. See, this is the problem with being a psychic. I'm like, I got questions. Every time somebody gives me something, it's like, I got 20 questions for you. You ever want to play the 20 questions game?
I'm a psychologist. I've learned not to dig.
I've been in psychology or therapy since I was 7. My entire from 7 to 37. Oh my gosh, 30 years I spent in counseling twice a week. So yeah, I think that's why I'm used to asking questions, because I'd ask them questions and they'd be like, "Oh, no, well, what do you think?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I used to hate that." All right. Time for another sprint. I'm ready to be productive again.
We can do this. Productivity.
All right. 25 minutes on the clock, guys. And in 3, 2, 1, sprint. This dreaded bell of doom, as I'm gonna call it from now on. Oh my gosh.
It's not doomy. It's very friendly. It's a little bing.
Taking like, oh my gosh.
You gotta get something doomier for Halloween.
This one was free.
Yeah, legit.
It was free. I should look to see if there's other tones that I could do that's more of a spooky tone, like I don't know. We'll look.
Ooh.
But yeah, I don't know. I just went with this one because I thought it was a soft tone that wouldn't scare people if it went off, but it was loud enough to catch your attention.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I did put some thought into it.
Yeah. How'd you do this sprint?
Well, I was able to get a lot done, but it's one of those situations where it's like, okay, so I acquired all the pictures that I wanted, but in the program I'm using, I can't crop them. So I'm having to go doing this whole swapperoo and then just doing the layout now. I'm trying to get, they're not all the same size pictures. So I'm trying to get the layout.
Get them to scale.
Right. And I did a background kind of like the background I have here. So it looks like a photo board.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I forgot that I made all the little pins separate. So as I move the pictures, I have to move all 4 pins.
Oh no.
And I was trying to look in the program how to combine them like you do in others. It doesn't let you.
Oh.
So it's a new program. I've never used Keynote before. I'm thinking I'm figuring out why I've never used Keynote before. And anyway, that was my sprint.
Yeah.
How was yours?
Not too bad. I got through another chapter of I am reading a thing to help with what I'm writing, and it is very dense. There are very many acronyms, so I have a giant scribbly thing of what all the acronyms mean.
Oh. That reminds me of when I started HR, human resources here.
Yeah.
And there are so many acronyms that you have to remember. It's like, it's an entire like little booklet of stuff you have to memorize. So
yeah.
My heart goes out to you.
This is behaviorists. Behaviorists will make an acronym for everything, whereas the psychoanalytic types won't make an acronym, but they will make 5 terms for the same phenomenon.
Oh yeah.
Because they're like rival schools and they're all having
no, fights. My term is better. No, my term is better. No, my term is better.
Yeah, and none of it is. Yeah.
But none of it's accurate. Let me put this in yours and yours and yours and yours and yours. See, now we have.
Yeah, nerd. It's all nerd fights, which is kind of interesting, but is also
scientist nerd fights.
Scientist nerd fight. Most of science is nerd fights. It's like, I am going to prove you wrong.
Which show? Oh my gosh. I was going to say the wrong show, and I can't remember the show, but I can remember Sheldon's name.
The Big Bang Theory.
Thank you. Big Bang Theory. Wasn't that whole show about nerd fights?
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but from what I've heard,
you would love it, honestly.
Yeah.
So she thought at 37, you didn't even think I was in my 30s. I get that a lot. I actually turned 40.
She's very young looking.
November 7th, I turned 40 and I'm doing a birthday stream. But good genes, I guess. My grandfather's 93 and he still takes care of himself. So he walks around like a 70-year-old. So a store sent a Christmas catalog. I looked through it.
This was the mail that Devin was sorting.
And I take it that's how we came up with Jack Frost.
Quite possibly. Could have been.
He's like flipping through, sees Jack Frost.
It's like, hey, Jack is freezing. Yeah, that works.
I can see this happening right before my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Think of Mint Ghost. Hello, lady. How are you? You're going to clean during this sprint.
Mm-hmm.
Writing a Wattpad today.
In Wattpad.
In Wattpad. What is Wattpad?
It's a site and possibly an application. I've not done it. But it's like it's a place where people post fan fiction and short fiction of various kinds. It's
that sounds fun.
And there's kind of a community attached to it. It's apparently quite cool. I haven't interacted with it much.
I just have one more lesson of exercise to finish and then I'm done for the day. Woohoo! I won't be going out. Oh, It's already dark. Poo. I got to try go to bed at least 10 p.m. so that I can wake up early. Oh, what are you talking about? I went to bed at like midnight and woke up at like 4:30 for Jack's stream.
Some people need more sleep than you, Kibby. Like
fine.
most of the population.
What? You all don't bounce around in your seats and drive people crazy? Come on.
I mean, I do that, but I also pass out dead for like 6 hours.
4 hours is usually the top. If I don't, if the sun comes, if the light comes through my window and I've had at least 4 hours of sleep, then. But I slept through the night when I was 6 months old. So I never took naps as a kid. They put me in kindergarten early because of it.
Yeah, I was a terribly bad sleeper as a child.
I was a great sleeper. Once I slept, I was out.
Oh yeah, I have always had once I pass out, I'll be out for a while, and I won't wake up.
Yep.
But like I would wake up at 3 a.m. and be like, surprise.
Yep. Same with me.
And then try and escape.
Devin ate lunch, did some brainstorming.
Good.
Bonnie loves Big Bang Theory. I wonder how many of our Authortube fandoms love Big Bang Theory. Just in case. Hello. You are new. Howdy, lovely writers.
That is an amazing name, by the way. Just in case. Yeah. I see what you got there.
Finally finished editing my new novel. Nice. Now writing a shorty that had rummaged in my mind way long ago.
That's very cool. Oh, congratulations on editing the novel. Like that's amazing.
I don't know how many times we start stories and then all of a sudden, like mid-story, we're like, oh, I have a new idea.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh gosh. You can post pretty much chapter by chapter, complete post pans.
That's for Wattpad. She's explaining how Wattpad works. You can
okay.
And she's pantsing. You know, pantsing versus planning?
No.
Okay, so it's two ways of writing.
When it comes to writing, I have come at it from a completely different angle because the way my story has come together is kind of memories from dreams. So I'm learning all about all of this stuff, which is why I've started joining the community.
Yeah, so. You might be a pantser then. I don't know. So I'll describe. So a plotter planner is somebody who, like, you know how Socko sometimes talks about writing out an outline beforehand and having all of the story beats and kind of going by some sort of predetermined outline. That's a plotter, somebody who kind of plans their arc in advance. Whereas a pantser is someone who writes by the seat of their pants. So they kind of very often more character driven, kind of like, I will sort of imagine what my character is doing, and then I'm writing. And then the character does something while I'm writing, and I'm like, oh, this completely changes everything. So you don't necessarily have a plan for what happens next. And everybody's a bit of a mix of both.
I was gonna say I'm a little bit of a mix of both because
everybody is. It's more of a thing that's by degrees rather than.
I'm able to replay and recall the dreams as I'm writing the scene.
That's cool.
I get the detail as I'm writing the scene. So like I have like a 50-page arc outline, but it's literally just like, where is it? It's literally just like that. It's just, you know, and then from there I can key into that. It brings the whole thing back. And then it's literally like 1,000, 1,200, 1,400 words at a time where it just literally, I guess so. I kind of do it both, but mine's based on my dreams. So
that's kind of a different way of starting.
She went to bed at 4. So Mavi, I'm just gonna call you Mavi. I went to bed at 4 a.m. 2 days ago, and it almost ruined my schedule. I am on a school holiday, but I still have homework, and I got to study. Forget that. Loved Young Sheldon as well. Young Sheldon didn't last long enough. I agree with that. Did you ever get to see Young Sheldon? Young Sheldon was Sheldon. He took his character and did a young version of it. It was kind of a kickoff of Big Bang Theory. gotta wake up at 7 a.m. the latest so that I can go to the library, which opens at 8 a.m. Girl, you're way too, or see me studying college. Yeah, that was fly by the seat of my pants too. When to know when to let a story go or just put it aside.
Ooh.
That's what you use WhatsApp for? Kind of like to get a good gauge on what people think of it. Good explanation.
Yeah, I think that might have been for the pantsing versus plotting. I got it from an article where somebody was describing why the last series of Game of Thrones sucked. Because up to then, it had been George R. R. Martin, who's very much a pantser, and it's all kind of progressing quite slowly. Whereas there was kind of like a gear shift that people weren't expecting as it kind of went plot point, plot point, plot point after that. Because that last series was very much written by the TV production
the outline
team
people,
and they had a different approach because they had plot points that they wanted to get to, and everything seemed to move in a different way.
That's pretty much what this is plot points.
Yeah. So that's your plotter. That's your plotter component.
Roughly.
And the sort of the kind of I'm vibing with my dreams is like your pantser component. I've done most of my writing in a LARP and roleplay kind of context, so a lot of mine is very hardcore pants because you have to account for players. Like I will sort of, the way that I write stuff, I very often will just create characters, an antagonist, a sort of a more helpful character, a conflict between two sets of external characters who will then interact with the players, and then the story emerges from what the players decide to do with those plot elements that I've sort of yoinked out into the world. So I can't have an idea too much about what the story beats are going to be further than an event or two in advance.
Well, see,
I have to be willing to let them go at the very least. If I might have an idea for it.
My character list is already 52 characters. So, and honestly, and I think I'm on chapter 18. Yeah, I'm only on chapter 18 of the book. And so the thing is like I have such a resource of information within my head regarding so many different things that I already know when I put this character in what they're going to end up doing at the end. But I also know it's kind of interesting because I know the person's like lifeline. I know what they're going to go through. I know what they've been through, but for every single one of them, it's just, so I end up writing it. Like I've noticed there are a couple times that I've added, like I changed the end of one of my chapters because I was re-editing, and then I realized that I'd taken out like two important elements that explained an entire situation that was like connected to the very end of the book. So I wonder to revamp it a little bit, add those two things in, but inevitably I was able to sorry, my computer just did something weird and I don't know what it did.
I can still hear you. You're still good.
Good. But inevitably I was just like, oh yeah, I can't. Okay, I need it. And it was as simple as taking out a basket of bread and a beer mug.
Yeah.
Or a pitcher of beer. I just forgot to put those two little things in. And it was like, oh crap.
I wonder if that makes editing and pruning in general quite difficult if it's all of this giant interwoven thing.
Well, within the first 3 chapters, there's specific events that happen that are so key to the end of the story, but you wouldn't know it until the end of the story. But the way that I have it set up, it's very interesting. That's why I think it's very interesting the way I write my book, because I already know how it's supposed to end for the most part. It's just I don't remember how each scene went until I start writing it again.
That's interesting.
And then once I start writing it again, it's like I'm dreaming it again, and it's full recall. I can see the whole environment.
Yeah, Bonnie was just asking that in the chat.
Yeah, 52 characters. How do I have a spreadsheet? Yeah. I was an executive admin for 40 plus years. So I'm quite apt of all the spreadsheet and everything else. And actually, since you asked, hold on, let me grab real quick. I'll show you guys how I started. It got to the point where I couldn't go to sleep, and I kept myself up for 5 days because I was having a horrible nightmare that kept repeating, and I was afraid to go to sleep. And so my doctor suggested that I start writing them down. So this book is full, and if you notice, there's different colors and everything else. This book is literally full of, let's see if I can do this right, because it's not that, it's an old book, but it's full of notes of different scenes and drawings and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it started. And then from there, I kind of created the outline because I also use this book to figure the dreams out.
Yeah.
To figure out what to do. And like one of them was a car accident scene.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom had to die. And I had to repeat that scene so many times until I figured out that I had to climb to the back seat, climb through the sunroof as the car was crushing, jump
Mm-hmm.
onto the door and use it as kind of like a surfboard to get away. And
Mm-hmm.
there's so many times that I died trying to save my mom, or I have so many horrific memories of so many different ways that things happened that I couldn't go to sleep. And once I started writing out the accident and I started figuring out, wait, the sunroof is always open. Wait, I can always seem to get in the back seat.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that door slides off every single time. And I figured out, and then once I had written down how to figure it out, the dream did exactly that. And I was able to move on to the next dream. But that's the way all of these things are. But like even now, just telling you about it, I can recall even what the freeway looked like, what the road looked like, what trees were passing by, the people in the other cars, what cars were there. And it's just what car impacted. Like it's a freeze frame almost.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's like that for every scene that I'm writing. And it's very crazy. The POV are you using? What POV?
What point of view? So are you writing it as a character from first person or in a third person or moving between characters?
It's see, that's another part of the writing community that I'm still learning. That topic. It is the reference point where you are watching the entire, the reader is watching the entire story happen.
Yeah, so that's a third person.
Okay, so it's from a third person point of view. I tried to write it from the character's viewpoint, the main character's viewpoint.
Yeah.
But there's so much, some of the dreams that I had, I was not involved in. I witnessed them.
Mm.
So writing from first person for that segment, I couldn't
do it because the character isn't there.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to do it. So I was just like, I've got to write this in a way where you're just watching the whole thing like I did, like a movie.
Yeah.
And and you get to, and the thing is one of the reasons why I'm so good at remembering the details at the beginning that you have to pick up at the end is because that's what I had to do.
Yeah. Because you've replayed them so many times.
I've had to remember those things. I've had to remember those key details that saved me in the end. And that's the other thing, is my dream often switched from me being the person doing it to me watching me do it.
That's interesting. Yeah.
So I would see myself doing the situation, and then I would have a dream where I was in the situation and acting it out. And it was a mind trip. Even my doctor at one point was like, girl, like that's one of the reasons why I was on such heavy psych meds, is because I would wake up in the morning feeling like I never slept.
Yeah.
And I went probably about 3 months like this, and I finally crashed at work. My head hit the desk. I had a huge bruise.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because it wasn't even a normal like exhaustion type pass out. I literally went catatonic for a minute.
Yeah.
And so
I don't remember most of my dreams ever, and very few of them make this much sense. Yeah.
I kind of wish I didn't have as good of recall of some of the dreams.
Yeah, I can see
It's a
that.
blessing and a curse, truthfully.
Yeah.
But it's going to be an awesome book. I hope so. This will be about the 5th time I've written it. The first book that I told you about that was written in first person, it was over 50,000 pages, but my computer got hacked and the people literally stole everything I had. So they just deleted everything. I mean, I even lost 20 years of iTunes music and movies that I had spent money on, and they couldn't replace it because they had gone into my actual account and deleted it all. So anybody who doesn't have a VPN, get one, because I am avid on VPNs after going through that.
Yeah, they're useful.
Stephen King made a splendid car accident scene in his novel Doomakey, like being there and feeling the driver's fear. See, I wasn't the driver, though.
Yeah.
I was actually in a motorcycle behind the car.
Huh.
I ended up having to go slide. My motorcycle hits the back of the car, and I end up sliding through the back window and ending up in the back seat.
Ah.
It's crazy.
You know, as I listen to you, there's I don't know what you've done with it, but I think it would be a really interesting kind of paranormal novel
me,
concept.
There's a lot of magic involved.
Yeah, no, specifically the concept of somebody who is living in two worlds.
And have you ever heard of the SCP Foundation?
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah, but what you are describing of having to have these repeated dreams and it, like, you are existing,
her astral projecting into the position and seeing it happen prior to,
yeah, and that you're and that basically it's a person who is living this extra life, and
this is just
having to figure it out.
This is just one of many, like we're talking gun battles, we're talking kidnappings, we're talking undercover investigations. We're talking breaking people out of prisons. We're talking dealing with metaphysical. We're dealing with other world entities. We're dealing with, I mean, this book runs the gamut of reality into the metaphysical and back.
Sounds really cool.
It's the story. Actually, if I can pull it up after this next sprint, I have
Bonnie, I hope he's okay. Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah.
I found the description for it. So, extreme deja vu. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to catch up on this and the sprint.
Yeah, it's the next message.
I tend to have the same dreams repeatedly. You should start writing them down. My son totaled his car a few days ago. Hit a deer. I am so sorry.
Yeah, but he's okay.
He is okay. Okay. But the car is gone. Well, that's why they make the cars with crumple zones now.
Yeah. But one of the problems that you don't get in Ireland very much. No. There are deer here, but there aren't that many of them near busy roads.
Okay, do you want to hear a short? Are you guys wanting to do a sprint, or do you want to hear a short description real quick? It's up to you guys.
Just alerting you, we have been on for 1 hour 52 minutes.
I'm not worried about it. I figure we're going to go 3 hours.
I'm good to continue. I'm good to keep going. Just making sure you know.
No worries. I'm off today, so I don't have to go to work. So I have the rest of the day off. So Mondays are my chill days so far. Short description.
Yeah.
Ariadne was created by the others with a mind meant to change the normalcy of the world. Forcefully hidden throughout generations by a group of people who were unable to advance due to their genetic line, she must first break out of the penitentiary and investigate the city, the coven, that has kept her hidden while using her blood for their own potions. Through discovering her past and the truth about her present, she forms a romantic relationship with one of the other girls in the penitentiary. Together, they break free from spells, keeping them trapped and discover the hidden cities controlled by the Foundation through multiple adventures. The Foundation, which assists and monitors anomalies of all kinds, and has been searching for her.
I see the SCP connection.
Mm-hmm. Through her collab with the Foundation, otherworldly beings, and human forces, she exposes the truth. She carries the genetic coding of the beings that originally created humans and defeats the forces who have prevented humanity from their planned evolutionary progress.
Huh. Yeah, it sounds like a really interesting, premise. I'm looking forward to reading it when it finally comes out.
So that's, yeah, that was the best way I could, and it's called the Roseland Chronicles. So,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah, Justin. I know you were saying that that yours is a pseudonym. Yeah, ours are both pseudonyms too.
I think most people on YouTube have a pseudonym for their names. I agree. Thank you for streaming. This has felt great after a week I had last week. Oh, I'm glad. Oh, you're very welcome.
Yeah.
I hope we're entertaining you guys, because sometimes my stories and me rambling, yeah, I'm not too sure about sometimes.
I like listening to you. I think you're very interesting.
Well, that's good. I think I talk too much, honestly, but I think that's also because of my work. He's trying to figure out the car situation. Well, aren't deers covered by insurance usually?
Oh yeah, it just sometimes it takes a while to get back from the insurance company, and
I hate dealing with insurance. That's why I don't own a car anymore. I don't have to drive anywhere. I don't have to go anywhere. There's no point in having the expense. So, and that sounds, I hope it sounds original. I don't think my dreams are insane, so we'll see what happens. All right, let's get on to the last. I think we're just gonna do one more 25-minute sprint.
One more sprint. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We can go one more.
Because we'll already be over 2 hours, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you want to go 3,
if we want to go 3, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll ask chat when we get there.
We do got 5 people in here watching, so if you all want to go for another one afterwards, we'll go. All right. So that's right. I have to pull the timer up. We're professionals here. It's okay.
We're not professionals till we're monetized.
Hey.
Till then, we're just dedicated amateurs, and there's nothing wrong with that.
There is one thing I want to do, though. Remember to stretch and save.
Woo!
Because, yeah. Oh, it's raining here, and oh my gosh.
I made a noise.
I just felt that. I made a noise too. My back just totally cracked. Maybe one more hour. Maybe we can do one more hour. Honestly, I'm off today. I got stuff I got to do, and I love chit-chatting with Jack. So if you guys want to go for another hour, we'll go for another hour.
Yeah.
All right. So, and in 25 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1, sprint! Oh, I totally even missed doing the countdown, the 3, 2, 1 countdown. Oops.
I came back just in time to go. Jazz hands.
Jazz hands! Oh Lord. Okay, yeah, we definitely need to do one more sprint because I definitely need it. I keep getting interrupted. I keep having to get like real life stuff.
Yeah. So what did you get done? That's away from things you didn't get done. What did you get done?
I was able to finish and export the slides for the
Nice.
iMovie that I'm gonna create for the little trailer to my birthday stream. I also took out my the raccoon eyes that I created from rubbing my eyes out of frustration, forgetting I'm wearing mascara. So hence another reason why I don't wear makeup. And yeah, but at least I have everything set now to do the little intro thing that I'm working on. So, what did you get done?
I did. I got through another chapter and wrote another 2 scribble pages of notes. I think I'm getting my head around this thing now. I have 1 chapter left to go, so that works nicely for for doing one more sprint. I can finish that off.
The term wrapping my head around, that always gives me an interesting visual.
Yeah.
Like you peeking your head around and then your head just like morphs into this weird
yeah, like a snake. Like a constrictor type snake. It sort of wraps around the concept and then I go, oh no.
Yeah, now I figured it out. Oh. So Bonnie got back to some of her writing. I hope that I can't wait to hear if you got any. She did. I see the update. She
Galante movies. She's
finished my exercise at this point. I don't know what else to do. Maybe it's time to put on some frequencies and a little bit of white noise and light the candles and center yourself, maybe, considering you're trying to go to bed. You probably have a ton of energy from exercising.
Or I think she's doing homework exercises.
That's right. Homework. Oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah, there's
then definitely some meditation might be needed.
Yeah, or you could do some doodling.
Oh, that might work.
Yeah,
that's still meditation technically.
It could be.
Therapy. That's what they teach in therapy. Yeah. 136 in part 6. Nice. Also, my foot fell asleep. I need more coffee. Yeah. Cheers to that. Did approximately 350 words. Nice. Using WordPad. So I can't count. Not much in my opinion.
For 25 minutes.
Depends.
It depends. Are they good words? Do you like them?
And if you're editing, if you're technically type editing versus just going, 350 words in 25 minutes is pretty good, actually.
Yeah, because if my editing is anything to go by, it's like you take out 10 words, put in 10 words, put out 10 words, and you end up...
In my case, it's like, okay, I'm going to take out that sentence and put in 125 words because I'm changing it to an entire conversation between 2 people. So I can just, I found that I was doing this situation where I was like writing the dialogue, then describing the scene. And so now it's like literally doing this with it. Like, and then I'm finding out it's like doubling the words. And I was like, oh,
yeah.
Okay. So that sounds nice. Yes, it does sound nice. The only problem for me is it's 1:25 in the afternoon and I still have to do work, including laundry eventually. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I think I'm going to probably end up working on this project for the rest of the day.
Yeah. You've watched the sun set on me. Look, this is how dark it is now.
Oh, Lord. Oh, look at that. And the sun has just come out for me.
Yeah, like it's like
there he is.
You've seen it first go down on Calante because she's an hour ahead of me, and now the sun's gone down here as well.
It just proves we're on opposite sides of the world. That's so cool. I love it because well, not opposite sides of the world, but yeah,
we're not quite, but getting there.
Yeah, about midway. Yeah,
Yeah,
That's pretty
yeah.
cool. Because mine, I'm just about at midday, and you're just about at sunset. So
Yeah.
just after
So
sunset,
yeah, so we're like
a quarter of three,
seven
2/3 of the
hours.
way around the world. That's what it is, or a third of the way.
No, 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 no.
I'm not good.
We're
This is
more
why
like, okay. How many hours are we apart? What
six,
time is it where you are?
6 hours we're
We're
apart.
6 hours apart. So if we're 6 hours apart, we are a quarter of the world away from each other.
There we go.
Yeah, because if you go all the way around the date
This
lines,
is
it's
why
24 hours.
I'm a writer and not a mathematician. This is
Yeah,
why I married a mathematician.
to
And
do the
he
maths
does
for you.
math. Well, at the time. Now I use a calculator.
Yeah.
It's 2:30 p.m. there. So Bonnie's an hour ahead of me. You're 6 hours ahead of me. And then so 7 hours for Miss
Yeah.
Molly.
Yeah.
My latest novel was 112,000 words. Wow. Written in exactly 100 days. Research included. It's a mystery novel based on real events. Oh my gosh.
You rapid releasing. I do not understand the people who could do that amazing, like really fast genre fiction stuff. It's like, wow.
I'm just going to sit over here and be to myself and look at the crack in my phone. And yeah.
Yeah,
No,
no,
that's amazing. That
well
puts
done.
me
That's
to
really
shame.
cool.
I mean, that's extremely impressive. I've done 30, gosh, how many words am I on? And I'm not even working on it today. 34,000 words in a month. So 30 days, 30,000, 10,000 words in 30 days, I guess. Wow. Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you write pretty fast, Kibby.
Oh my gosh. I haven't even, wow. Okay. That's interesting. Anyway, moving on.
I write pretty fast when I don't have to cite, but everything I'm writing at the minute is like citation heavy and research heavy, and
just in case is on your side of the world.
Yeah, so
Wait,
that means
27.
somewhere in Central Europe. So
Where is just in case?
Oh, did he say Dutch? I think he said he was Dutch earlier. So
Did he?
if he's in Holland, then that would make sense.
How close to Amsterdam is that?
Yeah, that's yeah, you're in the right country. Yeah, let me just look real well back.
There is.
Yeah.
I will.
Oh no, I was wrong. It's Denmark.
Oh,
Denmark.
I will get to Amsterdam one day. I swear to it. I swear to it. Is there going to be one more sprint? Yes, we're going to do one more sprint. We'll go until 2:00 my time, I guess. If that's okay with Jack, we'll probably do one more sprint.
Yeah, I can go one more.
And then bugger out after that. So
Yeah.
let's have lots of experience just in case. Yes, I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Which, come subscribe to my channel. Go check out Devin Cutting's channel.
Sealand Island in Denmark.
I'm sure
8 hours
there's a
north.
lot of people that would love to, if you would be willing, a lot of people that would love to pick your brain in regards to that kind of some stuff. I'm on the Sealand Island in Denmark. Oh, you called it.
Yeah. Well, he said it earlier that he's from Denmark. I misremembered it and thought it was he was saying he's Dutch, but no, he's Danish.
Dude, this is awesome.
Like pitch dark, late autumn, cottage in a forest lake.
We got Denmark.
That sounds like a great place to write a mystery novel. Yeah.
I am loving the
Scandi
representation that we have in the stream today. Are you kidding? Worldwide. Yeah. This is so fun. But yeah, oh gosh. See, you were saying that it seems like a great place. Now I'm like curious, like what?
Like if you go back one message of his, he was saying that he's in the late autumn cottage at a forest lake, and I'm thinking Denmark, it's gonna be pretty chilly this time of year and dark and it's a bit spooky.
Spooky. I'm gonna look up some pictures of Denmark in the winter or in the autumn. I'm going to see what it looks like.
He's been writing longer than I have been alive.
Holy moly. I turn 40 next week, and he has been writing for practically my entire life since I was 6 years old.
Yeah, I was born in 88, so yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Please come. Please come to our little Authortube community. I'm sure there's
Tell
lots
us
of
things.
people that would love to pick your brain or even debate the differences between then and now. Oh my gosh, because Savvy, all of them talk about independent publishing and, not going through the mainstream arcways and doing self-publishing. And like, I would love to hear, Justin Case, I would love to hear your input on that. Like the difference between the old ways, the new ways, what you're like, the depth of knowledge I'm sure that you have on what is the best route to take. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you for coming. Anyway,
Yeah.
this is awesome.
Me too, but I was 6. Novel writing has been a process for me. Writing concentrated the last few years. So you've been writing all your life, Bonnie. That's
Yeah. Well,
cool.
that makes sense too. Bonnie's the same way. She has a lot of experience and everything else too. See, and this is what saying Bonnie's a great reservoir. If you look at her channel.
I didn't like writing at school.
Yeah,
The first few teachers I had were not helpful.
oh, you liked and subscribed. Thank you.
Yay!
Oh, that's
Awesome.
awesome. I
Cool.
appreciate it. I remember all the kids when they'd say, okay, pull out your pencils. We're going to do a creative writing story. Everybody would be like, ah, and I would be that kid going, like, I'm ready. I got 100 stories in my head I can get out.
Yeah,
What do
you
you
see,
want?
you see, I didn't. I very often didn't like their writing prompts and would twist them into pretzels so I could write something I was actually interested in. And some of the teachers I had very early on did not like this about me, and it kind of put me off a little bit because it was like, they say you need to write a thing, and then they're like, but you need to write a thing the way I want you to write a thing. It was like,
when we got into high school and thesis statements,
yes, the structure.
That's when I started having problems. But like creative writing in college, loved that class.
Yeah.
Loved that class. Every week she's like, every Monday you'd walk in, she'd give you a topic. By Friday, you had to turn in the story. You could come in during class if you wanted to or not. Just turn it in on Friday. I would sit in that class all day.
Yeah.
She'd be like, are you gonna go home? No, I'm good.
Yeah. All of my writing in college was like academic writing.
And then my boyfriend introduced me to something called marijuana. And then I sat at his house.
Yeah.
And was writing.
Yeah.
All the time.
Probably wrote some very interesting stuff too.
And didn't make it to as many classes as I wanted to either. Because I used to be really good because I didn't realize her class was like that. But I would set my schedule from 7 a.m. to noon with just line it up because I was at San Diego State. You took the classes you could get, and those were usually the ones that were available. And yeah, so I learned the next semester to put that class at the end of my day, so I wouldn't necessarily not go to the other classes. I've done a lot in my life besides writing, only have been focused a few years. Well, I think that's how a lot of us are. 98. Oh,
lol.
Not 89, 98, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It's still a long time. I think the year 98, that was right the year that I was a senior because I graduated class in 99.
Yeah. I was finishing. Ooh.
I was a senior.
I think. Yeah. I mean, 98, I would have been in what we call
primary
fourth class. Yeah. Primary school, fourth class would be like 6th year in primary school.
Okay.
So is that 6th grade? Or
your 6th year, that's how they do it, is by the year. So first grade is your kindergarten is your first year. First grade is your set. So technically it's one different, but
okay. Yeah, ours is 2 different because we go junior infants, senior infants, first class, and then 1st to 6th. And that's elementary. But then we don't have a different middle school.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed.
We just have primary, secondary.
See, even in America here, sometimes it's different. Like some elementary schools go up to 6th grade. So you have K through 6, and some go K through 5.
Ah.
So, like, the middle school is kind of weird because some students come in at 6th grade and some students come in at 7th grade. And then from there, it's 7, and then it's either 6th to 8th grade or 7th to 8th grade, and then
Mhm.
9th to 12th grade. But technically, you add a year because kindergarten is actually your first year.
Yeah.
So technically, you're doing 13 years of school, but I guess they
Yeah.
didn't want to end on 13 because it's. I can understand that.
Eh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
13
we
has a
start
negative
the
connotation to it, and
yeah.
you don't want everybody to start their life off on the 13th year necessarily, or maybe think of it that way.
We start again in secondary school, so it's first to 6th year. You end in 6th year.
Oh, that's confusing.
It makes sense to us.
Yeah, it makes sense to us, but to me, I'd be like, oh, so in 2nd grade, and you'd be like, well, the second grade, and be like,
Well, it's like second class versus second year is how we make the distinction.
oh, see, that
Yeah.
makes sense now. Okay, so 2nd class is like primary school, and 2nd
Yeah.
year is
So it would be secondary school, so it would be like your second year is like 14 and second class is like 8.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Class of 98, high school.
High school.
Long time ago. Been writing since 2018. So she's only been writing for a couple years. So
Yeah.
Justin is definitely a resource of information, I guarantee. My best advice, forget all about what agents, publishers, and reviewers say they want. Forget about marketing, social media, and all. That is very interesting because growing up in LA, that's what you figure out in the end is having all those middlemen is part of the problem. What sells is writing that affects people. Leave them breathless, make them cry, write your heart
Make
out.
people feel something.
Yeah, make them walk away from the book wanting to either be with the character or having already felt like they lived the character. That's kind of how I don't read. It's kind of funny. I actually am not a fast reader. I'm a horrible reader. So I haven't read very many books, but Dan Brown, I have read every single one of his books. He's the one that wrote the Da Vinci Code and
Yeah.
Demons.
The
And
you see, I didn't get on with him because he had, I mean, most of his books are really easy to read, and then you get to like chase or fight scenes, and it's all like, and then they did this, and then they did this, and it's like, this would be a perfect screenplay, but it's taking way too many words to express in the way you're saying it.
See, my head, that's the way I was able to literally I didn't even watch it. I didn't read it. I watched it. That's the thing that was different about me with my reading. That's why I'm not a fast reader, because I kind of have to look through a movie to read the words in front of me. And it's sometimes I come up with my own conclusions before I even the scene will play in my head and go, and then I'll realize I'm not even reading the book anymore. And I'll be like, wait, hold on. I need to figure out what they wrote.
Yeah. I do imagine books in that way. It's just that whatever about his style of writing action, it just never gelled with me.
Well, now I'm wondering if I should send you maybe a little snippet of mine and see if that
would be interesting.
Because I think I write like him.
Yeah, I mean,
so I'm now curious because
Yeah.
nobody's really read any of my book, truthfully.
Yeah, I mean, don't pay, if I would be totally up for reading some of it, but don't be too put off if I'm like, I don't really get it, because millions and millions of people like Dan Brown.
Yeah.
Like, how many copies did the Da Vinci Code sell? Loads.
That's true.
You see,
enough to make a movie.
Reading's so subjective.
I feel like I read so much. I was an admin. Good thing. I was an admin. See, the thing is I was an admin, so I had to read a lot of like instructional manuals, pamphlets, like that kind of stuff. So, reading for me is a chore.
Ooh, you frozen. Hey, I can't see or hear Kibby anymore. Chat, can you hear me? Am I gone or is Kibby gone? Ooh, that's not good. If anyone can hear me, I'm going to refresh this and see if it fixes it. Hey, we're back.
We have a really bad storm happening. The wind is blowing super nuts.
Ah.
I got knocked out. I couldn't even get your message on IG. We had to restart everything. So, yeah.
Oh, I can
I'm
hear
back.
us on a delay.
But I was about to say, I think I'm going to have to end it here because we are dealing with technical issues. Everybody in the house had to shut off every single Wi-Fi that they had so I could jump on here. And I can tell there's already a lag of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to go do another 25-minute sprint, but I don't even
Probably
know if it's going to hold. So, thank you, Jack, for joining me. Do your outro real quick.
Okay.
And, we're going to have to do. Sorry, guys.
No worries. Hey, I'm Jack Byron. You can see my channel in the chat as I was chatting to people trying to figure out what was going on. I do sprints just like this one. I'm doing one tomorrow at noon at UTC +1, and I will be doing that every Tuesday and Thursday at the same time, same bat channel, all of those things. And we will be doing productivity and writing and talking about bullshit and talking about languages and whatever else comes to my fevered brain as I'm trying to fill in the gaps between sprints. And I'm trying to talk even though I can hear myself on a delayed lag, and it's really distracting. Kibby, please turn me off.
I am so sorry. All right, guys. Well, I'm not even going to bother with my outro since this has got this weird feedback going on because it's even happening on my end. Thank you so much for joining us. Wednesday, 11 o'clock, I'll be here again, hopefully without technical issues. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody, and have a great day.